This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Varya Kaiman of Behemoth, JDO of Excalibur, and Sean Wildclaw of Fairy. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio.
Are you looking to be emasculated, but just too nervous to ask? Do you appreciate the finer things like perfect roll and berry to banana digestion ratios in your urine? Is forcing your wife to have sex with your wyvern just not cutting it for your wilted pike anymore? If so, then call Cucklo's Professional Cucking Services today for a free consultation fee. No job is too big, and no fee is too big for our Cucklo. Does your penis not get erect without a little pain? Oh, no problem. Our tools range from pleasurable leather whips to Garlean electroshock cat o' nine tails with cement-tipped claws. Those will leave permanent scars, I promise you that. Whatever your cucking needs demand, Cucklo's Professional Cucking Services will have the answer. Cucklo's Professional Cucking Services. I'm not only the owner, but I'm also a member. Ask about our Valentine scat specials.
Live from Eorzea.
Limit
Break. With your hosts, Unhero.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode 147. Glad to have you guys along. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. If you're listening on the podcast, you can join us live. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715. LimitBreakRadio.com/Discord. We only talked to, I think it was 2 people last week about Eureka. So we're going to open up our phone lines here in the first hour of the show and give you a chance to voice your opinions about Eureka. Does this system give you hope for the future of Final Fantasy XIV?
Yeah, you've had plenty of time to dwell on it, mull it over, sleep through it. We want to know what you think.
Yes, exactly. Give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Let's kick it on over to our Eorzean studios, which you can join if you need a place to come out of the rain.
Standing room only, it looks like.
Yeah, no, not.
No, there's a few seats behind the desk.
Why am I alone?
There's a lot of seats behind the desk.
I'm sorry, I forgot to log in this morning. Like, straight up, I just walked out the door.
Nice job, dickhead.
Without even turning the computer on. Well, what's this?
Hey, in my defense, I forgot to pay the bill that lets me come to the house. So, I changed my credit card and I didn't renew my sub. So,
we love you, Juxta. Oh, don't start
than
that.
happy.
Stop it.
Juxta fan club.
I'm
Bad.
hotter than happy.
Was he here for that? Yeah, he was here for that,
Yeah.
right?
So
Wait, were you?
Were you?
That was 2 weeks ago. He wasn't.
I'm actually, a responsible member of this company, and I actually listen to the shows that I'm not present on.
Why?
Oh, do ya?
Yeah, I do.
He just wants to
And
hear
you
all the
know
shit that we talk about him.
And you know what? I am very, very disappointed in you over there, Cucklo.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, why?
Because you let hope infect these two assholes, and now they're excited about Final Fantasy
Excuse
XIV.
me, I remained cautiously cynical.
Yeah, cautiously.
See, I'm
You have to be
I'm
full-blown
cautiously
asshole
optimistic.
Rammed, cynical, 100%. Plus 5.
Well, how
105%.
else can we make people think that we hate this game that we do the show every week about?
We complain about it over and over and over again and repeat the same arguments and the same ideas over and over again.
Yeah.
And not have any new content whatsoever. Like the game that gives us.
I say the FF14 strategy.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
But
no.
Much like FF14, occasionally we have to put out something that gives people hope. So that we can take it all away.
Well, we'll see when the actual system comes out. But that's the question today is, are you smoking the hopium?
No. Jesus, no.
Does Eureka make you think that FF14 could bring in I'm not saying make a full 180. They're not going to take Eureka and apply it into something like the overworld. But
something that would be intelligent, something risky, something with cojones that Square Enix clearly lacks.
They might be able to make a good system out of Eureka. We may
for a week. For a month, maybe? Well, until the next patch comes out.
But that's valid. See, that's valid. There's a secondary question here. Is now a week out removed from 4.2, those people who were shitting their pants over the fact that they're getting to fight Kefka, how exciting is 4.2 for you now that you have the same shit to do over and over again? And that's the problem with being able to experience literally all of the content inside of a week, is that the next...
Inside of a day. I did all of my
2
content.
days. Yeah, mine was about 2 days.
On a Saturday day.
Yeah, a long Saturday, you can get it done usually.
I got all of it done. See, and that's with Dragon Cucklo through Guardian, and then actually he just gave up. But by the way, next fight, one-shot it.
We had terrible healers, though, bro.
Yeah, they were really
so bad.
It was so bad.
Back to the little Eureka subject, though. See, my problem is that I've already vowed never to go back to Final Fantasy XI.
Huh?
Why wouldn't you?
The joke is I'm just saying that the joke got no play in the room.
Yeah, no.
That was
fine.
It went over. Yeah, it was really
just a whiff.
Went over his head. He said it.
No, it just went over poorly.
Went over like a lead balloon. Is what he was trying to get at. What?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Where are you going? Sit down.
Yes.
He's leaving in protest.
Yeah, no, he's leaving because his joke failed. He didn't want to sit in the room anymore.
I
don't blame him. It's
that's
not
like
a fun
the most
thing to do.
noble thing he's ever done.
I wish I could do that every time I was on stage and I just told a joke that had no play in the room, that I just didn't even say goodnight, that I just literally walked off stage.
I mean, why don't you?
I don't know. That's actually kind of a funny gimmick.
You know what? Because the audience, for the first couple moments, was just like kind of be like uncomfortable, but like later that night, they'll find it hilarious. Like they'll be...
Oh fuck. Juxta is here again. #mu Juxta.
Do it!
I mean, there's two of us that are here again.
Yeah.
Where's my $10?
Yeah, Sevo.
Yeah, I want $10 too.
Yeah, well, to be fair, usually your boob fund gets like $80 or $60.
Really?
Yeah.
My boob fund's been doing that well in my absence?
It still continues to perpetuate, even though it's very confusing.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Although it has migrated into Skuro's boob fund.
Yeah.
That is also
Whoa,
happened.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't actually use that for Skuro's boob fund whenever we need extra money for like the other day I had to pick up
to be fair, Skuro doesn't need help with boobs. He's already got a fairly impressive set on his own.
Well, I remember I picked up heartburn medicine for you the other day. We paid that out of the boob fund.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I'm still mad about it. No, I don't even in name alone, I don't want it to be Skuro's boob fund.
Well, we don't have control over
guess what,
how people
Ascalia?
donate.
When you leave this show and effectively become a temp, because that's what you are now, you're a temp.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you're a temporary boy. Maybe one day you're a temporary girl. Today you're a temporary host. You lose those privileges, okay?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Man. I just feel heartbroken over it.
I can't stay that stuff after March 5th, so I'm trying to get it all.
Listen, we want to hear from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
Glad to see S. Kyle back. Hashtag new Juxta.
That's $100, sir.
He made my boobs explode.
He made my boobs explode.
Scarl.
Scarl. He made my boobs explode.
Do we have to break it?
Squirrel!
Hashtag new Juxta.
Juxta fan club. That clearly negates like $110.
So
Wait, did that say unmute Juxta?
Unmute Juxta.
Juxta.
Okay.
So Escalia.
Yeah.
Again, going back to
I feel like if we get an unmute Juxta, that we should also like put some kind of weird effect on his voice.
Oh, that would be cool. Give him like the echo.
I would really appreciate. I already have the echo in the War of Light, but I would really appreciate that not happening.
Garly and Juxta.
But Escalia, how do you feel? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, for inflatable boobs.
Yes, I love this.
Here's the problem: is that I think we have to change all of these graphics as of the 19th.
No, the 5th. They pushed it back.
5th?
They pushed it back.
Okay,
So yeah, Escalia, how do you feel about the fact that your little GIF boobs violate both sexuality and gore?
Do they? I think we should. I think we should reach out to Twitch and confirm before we get rid of such wonderful artwork that we paid for.
And I don't know what you guys think is happening, but Escalia is just holding balloons, and then for some reason there's money inside the balloons that are covered in ketchup.
And eventually they pop.
So I don't know why. Like, because
how else do you keep your money?
In my boob balloons.
And of course,
balloons.
yes, in my ketchup balloons.
No, that's
yes.
how we store our ketchup.
Do you know how much fake breasts cost? Do you know what doesn't cost very much? Balloons. Okay. Plus, you can change the size in the midday. Wow.
But they have no consistency. Like boobs don't feel like balloons.
Sure.
I mean,
I'm just saying, I don't have people feeling up my fake tits very often, though.
Oh,
why not?
That is not a very adventurous life you live.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just... I don't want to get into this. There's a whole thing here that is... No,
you know what? This is probably more interesting than Eureka. Let's get into this.
He's not wrong about that.
It's awkward when someone's like squeezing your boobs and then finds out that they're fake.
Is it?
Well, yeah. Okay, so let's say like it goes well, right? We're going to settle down. We're going to start having sex. When I take my bra off, the boobs are also going to come with.
Well,
are you under the pretense that, like, are you trying to pretend that your boobs are real?
I would assume
I typically don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's on the other like you're not going around like, oh, look at these really these
rocking tits I got.
Yeah. I would assume that before it gets to that point, you've told the person, hey,
these boobs aren't real.
Like,
sure. I mean, I typically just don't wear fake boobs, but if I did, I'm saying if I'm not going to invest in like super awesome fake tits, why don't you use balloons?
I don't know if this complies with the new Twitch rules.
Not till March 5th.
We're fine.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna.
Why would this not comply? We are having a heart-to-heart discussion. I'm basically a psychologist now, by the way, and we're just trying to get to the deep-suited root problems of
the deep-suited root problems of Escalia.
The deep-suited root problems.
By the way,
your problem's not worse.
You are because
all of my
swear to God, Juxta, you are the fucking Charlie of this group.
Juxta being my therapist.
That comes out of your mouth sometimes.
I thought this was a Final Fantasy 14 podcast.
Yo, sheep, you stay out of this. We'll get to you. All right, we got bigger problems, and they all involve Escalia's boobs.
Here's the thing. You can change the course of the discussion back to Eureka if you want by calling in. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. But until somebody does that, anyway, your tits.
Have you ever taped your dick to your asshole?
I haven't.
Not a great experience.
Whose dick reaches their asshole?
Well,
we know whose doesn't.
And now we know a little bit too much about Juxta.
Mine does. I was asking whose doesn't. Like, man, that'd be really bad if they didn't.
A person who I follow on Twitter, this was actually a tweet that they made out that was like, listen, I don't spend 20 minutes every day taping my dick to my asshole for some asshole at the post office to call me sir.
That's fair.
Like, that is a legit complaint.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. I get it.
Why is the postman looking at the dick though?
Here's the thing though, if you tape the dick down to the asshole but forget the 5 o'clock shadow, that one's on you.
It is. No, you have to put up with some of those consequences.
I mean, yeah, I mean oh my God, you guys can't see this. Thank God.
What's he doing?
Juxta is attempting to see if his penis will reach his asshole.
There's no way. There's no way. The size of your taint alone must be the like 2.5 football fields.
Do you use your balls too?
Do you have any idea how far he'd have to like spread his legs just to get the chub out of the way?
Oh.
That's the thing. He could probably tape it into an inner thigh fold.
He's like close enough.
It's good enough, I guess.
Does anyone still listen to this show? I'm not even sure why, if you do.
113 people.
All this boob talk makes me think about Gordon and Jim on Wild Wild West. Hashtag touch me breast.
Wild Wild
Does
West.
anybody remember that scene?
The Will Smith movie?
Yep. There's a scene where the white dude, I forget the white dude's name, is...
Who is that?
Yeah, anyway.
Owen Wilson?
No. It's not Owen Wilson.
No, he's with Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
and,
but he's cross-dressing as a woman, and he fills his fake breasts with water? Or is it buckwheat? I think with buckwheat, and they're like just super like firm. And
you mean the character from the Little Rascals?
Yeah, Nate, that's what I mean.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Einhorn is a man? Einhorn is a man?
Oh boy.
No.
Okay.
No. I love that he's chewing like 20 pieces of gum in the next scene.
To bottom line this just really quick, and Escala, you let me know if I'm way off base here, okay? I feel like, first of all, if someone is touching your boobs and you haven't given them consent for it, then they're a dick. Like, they have no right to be like, oh, they're not real?
I would agree with that, yeah.
Okay, so
that's fair.
If they've been given consent, but you haven't told them, like, hey, these aren't real, do they have a...
Do they have a right to be upset?
To be upset?
Ooh, if it were, this is just me, I'm one person in this community. I think if you're going to give someone permission to feel up your tits, you should say that they're fake.
Okay, that's kind of where
fair.
I was sitting too.
Okay, no. The next question is, as like you're a part of someone in the community, but like someone who is
answering the important questions here on Limit Break Radio.
That's right.
Like someone who is naturally a woman.
Sure.
And she has a boob job. Does she have a responsibility to say if they're fake?
Okay, so I'm not talking about you go get like silicone put inside your tits. I'm talking about you're wearing like false breasts.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're wearing false breasts, I mean...
Then they're probably... That's a bigger surprise than, oh, these are silicone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of people
I think
don't tell when it's just a real, like a good boob job. People won't tell. This, you're going to know...
I also don't mind.
Immediately. Or yeah, you don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you probably tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a woman who has a boob job, no, I don't think so. I think they're still your tits. They're still like actual flesh attached to your body.
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord.
Is there a moral quandary if you say that they're fake, but they're actually real?
This is continuing.
If you say that you have fake boobs when you have real, why would you do that?
I don't know.
What situation does that come up in?
I mean,
okay. You're talking to like some kind of like you're in an accident, right?
Okay.
And
oh my god,
this is how we got the transgender Thunderdome, by the way.
Nobody knows if my boobs are real.
Thank you, Mr. Happy.
Mr. Happy dropping us $5.
All right.
You think it's the real Mr. Happy?
No,
I think it is.
I don't.
It's definitely Mr. Happy.
I think so.
So, all right. So you have normally they're fake, they're real boobs, right?
All right. Well, hold on. Is this a trans person that we're talking about?
We'll muddy those waters later, but let's just have
right now
regular person.
Okay.
And
are they a human being?
It is a cis woman we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. That's the term? Cis? Okay. So she's in a car accident and her cans are really great, right?
Her hands are great.
Cans.
Her boobs.
Breasticles.
Yeah.
The nipples.
Yeah.
Jesus. Specifically the nipples. They are a perfect size.
God, Twitch is really going to be upset about
normally erect.
Right.
Even when it's cold out, or even when it's warm out. And we get in a car accident, right? And her boobs are just completely defaced. Come on!
No wonder he's mad. He found Captain Winky.
That's why Roger Podactor is dead. He found Captain Winky. What a line.
And
I once got fellatio from a transsexual lady of the night. I was at the point of no return before I saw Mr. Winky in my defense.
Can you hit the news button.
This is just completely out of control.
No, hit the news button. Let me talk about the news. I will make something up now.
Perfect woman, perfect cans, car accident, her boobs get defaced, and now she's talking to a lawyer trying to sue the other person to get new fake cans because her boobs are defaced, and she wants to sue the guy to get more money because she's like, oh, I spent like $80,000 on these cans.
Boob for Skuro.
Boob for Skuro.
I don't. Where is this going?
I'm trying to.
Okay. We followed you this far. Get the fucking question out, please.
Is there a moral quandary between lying that you have fake boobs when you actually have real boobs in order to get fake boobs? Because your real boobs are now broken.
Hit the news button.
If your boobs get broken in a car accident, they're still real boobs.
Well, yeah, but they're defaced now. They're not worth as much.
What have I started?
So okay,
The news.
this is more like wondering then if these boobs are like a lemon, like if you bought like defective boobs.
Well, I mean, technically you were born with these lemons. Well,
But
I mean,
they were great then.
In this case, they're melons.
Can I use my mute Juxta to end this?
No, you can't. We're too far in. We got double penetrating. We have to see this through the end.
You know what, Juxta? I'm gonna say that if my god,
This is more fun.
Thank you, Meter NX.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that if you had like 10 out of 10 perfect cans and they got broken in a car accident, you shouldn't have to then disclose that to everyone. You shouldn't have to relive that trauma.
Joining the boob train choo choo.
Oh my god.
You mean the boob boat choo choo?
The boob boat.
I just don't. What is even happening?
I don't know. I told my friend Sarah to listen to this because I'm like, hey, if you want to hear improv today, tune in.
You're not wrong.
Can you please hit the news?
I don't know. Juxta, did I sufficiently answer your question about boob policy?
I mean, not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, this is like 3 years. Like you're talking about like 3 years in the future when she can finally cope with herself to actually go out with another man. I'm talking about in the moment, her gorgeous cans were ruined, and she wants to sue the guy to get fake cans. And
I feel like
she's lying to say that she has fake cans to get better fake cans because she has more money. Because her product has been defaced.
Right. What he's saying is that the lady is saying she had fake cans because those would cost more than just natural fake cans.
Right. Well,
natural
real
cans rather. So then he can say like, oh, you ruined my $5,000 boobs, so now I want $10,000 both to cover the $5,000 boobs and so I can now get new $5,000.
Well, that's lying.
That's
lying.
literally fraud.
Oh yeah.
You cannot do that. No.
So that's that would be immoral.
Okay.
Glad we got it out of the way. Roll the fucking news.
This is a limit breaking news update.
So not a lot happening in the news, guys.
Wow, that's you
not
interrupted
a lot happening.
Interrupted Professor Position.
Does that make me your lovely assistant?
Now I would like to use my mute Juxta.
No.
Okay, but what is going on in the news is that apparently Square Enix, Yoshi, whoever gets to decide this stuff, is that the population on the servers are at an acceptable place. So they now have lifted all of the currently designated congestion worlds. So you can basically make characters wherever you want now. They've also the moratorium on plot sales to son of a bitch.
Boob.
Great addition.
Thank you, Meter, but fuck you.
But, yeah. I would.
Is there?
You can buy plots of land now. That's it. The fucking news is over.
Is there any way to get out of this tailspin that we're in?
No.
You tried.
Interestingly,
valiant effort.
I loved Tailspin as a kid.
Oh my god!
Can you use a wow?
A mute.
How long have I been gone for? No, the item that lets you change what your character looks like.
Fantasia.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you use a Fantasia to increase your boobs?
Sure.
That is dirt cheap boob surgery.
There you go.
$10.
$10.
Someone please call in about Eureka.
Please
Call in
give
about
us a call.
Eureka.
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Let's go to our phone lines and talk to Satori. What's going on, Satori? Oh, as we get a
leaving the boob
donation.
train. It's
hey, how's it going,
nonstop.
guys?
Choo choo.
Thank you, Silent Talk. Wow. All right. Satori, thanks for joining us.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
About my boobs?
If Juxta got into an accident, and his face got destroyed, does he still have his face?
No, it's an improvement at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't think so.
Your opinion doesn't matter here.
Yeah.
Because your face. Anyway,
Got destroyed. I would be very upset.
Yeah, you would be.
So,
take a guess. Has anyone done Savage here?
No.
What do you think, Satori? No, Satori. What do you think?
First time listener Satori, no, we actually don't do Savage here. The one person who would, Nika, is busy having a baby.
Hang on.
Good to know that bit hasn't gone anywhere.
Satori, you're part of our link shell. You're on our server.
Patreon, I think.
Why would you ask that fucking question? Like, you know for a fact that we're not.
It's been a while. It's been a while since it's been stated. I just want to make sure I'm up to date. I don't call in as much as often.
Yes,
and we thank you for that.
You're up to date.
You're right, Satori. It's time for a personal update segment.
we still don't do that, Escalia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
All right. So anyway,
another Final Fantasy fan league.
What? Say that again.
You need another Final Fantasy fan league.
Another FFFL?
I don't
know.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Don't think that's gonna.
I like those.
Yeah, I like those too. That was a great bit. It was a lot of work.
Yeah,
and now I'm not here on Sundays,
and we kind of have to channel a lot of that work into Checkpoint. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. Literally, that was Tuesday nights. Was putting that thing together every week.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, we were posting it to the site and all that. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be returning anytime soon. Anyway, Satori, what do you want to talk about?
I just want to state that 05 Savage Doom Train is a bunch of garbage. I hope they never do that fight again in any form.
Like, it's hard?
It's stupid. I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just stupid.
Were you able to complete it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It took longer to clear that for re-clears than it takes for 06 and 07 combined.
Well, and I mean, I'm looking in the chat, people saying, oh my God, this whole tier is boring. Even Strife quit the game, apparently, or quit the group. So
I noticed on the high end, like the first week clears, it's boring, but I think that's more of a effect of the mechanic. There's no really new mechanics happening.
I mean, that's fair. This is, but this is the exact same reason that I fell out of trying to do Savage rating or Extreme rating, because I just beyond the rewards not really making sense or being any more long term than anything else, it does seem like those fights are stale and repetitive, especially if that's really the only thing that you look forward to about the game. You've only got four fights to look forward to, maybe 5 if you include...
Progressing in them doesn't feel stale. It's just the community at large sucks at this fucking game. They completely fucking blow, and every time I have to queue a duty finder... Or if I'm doing a party finder for Bianco Extreme, or I'm in a fucking Extreme Roulette, I am usually fucking seething because of something someone is doing. Whether it's a Dragoon in fucking island level 350 gear, eating shit every fucking AoE and pulling 2,000 DPS while I'm here fucking doing my shit, hitting 5,000.
Listen, I did one run of raiding in the last expansion, and when Stormblood came out, I did not feel any desire or need to do raiding again.
Yeah.
Like, it was enough of a waste of my time. Like, I'm glad I did it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I experienced it, but would I want to do more of it? No.
Well, and I don't know. I don't know if this gives me an opportunity to talk about the bit of the Twitter back and forth that I had over the course of last week. But I've actually I'm actually a little bit excited about Eureka, and it's inspired me to log in a little bit more. I mean, I'm not like just like spending huge tracts of time in the game, but I do try to at least do an EX roulette, do the weekly stuff, this
your
the
basics.
the Sigmascape regular, and the thing is that really doing that much content and expecting to only do that much content, it's not that bad as a player. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I'm having to push myself. Like, but the thing is I queued for a Duty Finder regular Sigmascape. I don't even remember which one it was. And of course, some tryhard in there is parsing it and decides to take to Twitter with the parse and call me out.
They called out a Nero Gagori.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry.
Did they know who you were?
What numbers did they pull?
I mean, first of all,
something garbage. It was a regular dungeon.
Night. Yeah, it was a regular raid encounter. So,
normal mode.
Yeah, normal mode.
Yeah,
it was a normal rando, rando duty finder, and I want to say it was like probably in the 1900 range. I wasn't trying real hard. It was probably
That's not bad.
It's not as a tank. It's not fucking terrible, especially with the amount of time that I've been logging into Stormblood
but the point
and doing kind of the bare minimum. The thing is that there were no deaths, there were no wipes, we didn't struggle, it was fine. You
didn't spend 14 minutes in 06 normal?
Wait, say that again?
You didn't spend 14 minutes in 06?
It was fine.
What?
The run was fine. No one complained outside of this guy who decided to check me before the fight even started and give me advice on what materia I should be melding, and then went to Twitter to call me out on my 1900 parse as a fucking OT Dark Knight.
Well,
who gives a fuck?
How much you like to rant and rave on the show that your DPS is so good. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And how I'm such an expert.
That's right. You don't give a shit.
No.
Uh-oh.
Did this guy post to the Twitter because it was a Nero Gagori?
Probably.
Or was it just a random guy who didn't even know you?
Well, it sounded like he had minimal context for the show, but had some context for the fact that I was a personality.
Right. Okay.
He has his own show, so he should know what the fuck he's doing.
What?
Wow.
I mean,
that's what I think.
Other shows?
That's what I think. Yeah, Mr. Happy, and guess what? He raids, doesn't he? And Joe,
does he?
Does stuff.
Yeah, Joe still does stuff.
Yeah,
I saw him logged in.
But does a Nero? No, you should be ashamed. Hold yourself to a higher standard.
I guess so.
Community leader.
I guess so. I mean, I don't have. I don't have a right to have an opinion, and nor do I have a right to express that opinion.
Well, no, of course
not. You haven't met the minimum DPS requirements for that.
Of course not.
It's 2000. You were close.
That's
to be
right.
fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, back to your original point. You've been playing a little bit of the game, and
dude, I've been doing the bare fucking minimum. But not even that. Less than the bare minimum. I'd have 3 or 4 weeks where I wouldn't even log in.
Let me ask you this. When you play that little, is the time that you log in, do you enjoy it?
Kind of.
Yeah. Isn't this game a lot more bearable when you only play a little bit of it?
Yeah, more than when I was logging in every day and trying to find shit to do every day and stream shit every day. I was struggling.
When you were trying to make your $14.99 or $12.99 actually be worth it?
Yeah, feel like I was getting something out of it. Yeah,
imagine if this was just free to play. It'd be so much better.
But I mean, to Satori's point of having shit players that you have to deal with, in random parties, that's the point that this asshat on Twitter tried to make. Is like he was like, oh, you're actively being bad. I checked your gear. Your DPS should be better than this. Who cares? It's a normal fucking raid.
Normies.
Well, I mean, I care when like the highest DPS is a red mage spawn 2,500 damage. One tank died 8 times, pulled 933.
If you're queuing for Savage, it makes sense.
Well,
it makes sense that you would care like that.
I'll actually meet you two in the middle, because if someone is being a bad, that is a detriment to the run. So, for example, when Guardian's doing Daddy Luma, where it knocks you into the edge and you get that horrible dot. Yeah. If that's you every time, fucking don't get hit into the edge. But if you have a flawless run,
or if the tank is positioning Guardian in the center,
right? But if you're a Nero and you're downing them with no deaths, what the fuck is the problem?
Yeah, and that's really, that was sort of the thing that surprised me about it, is I was like, well, we didn't even struggle. We didn't even. If it was a struggle party, fine. I would have been fronts up, ready to go on Twitter and talk shit. But I was like, dude, it wasn't even a disaster party. Did it take maybe longer than it should have? Probably.
Sure.
By
possibly.
3 minutes.
But you didn't wipe. You didn't have to start over.
Exactly. That's my fucking point. So it's like, you know, I understand, you know, people complaining about, you know, people not pulling their weight or whatever, but it's just like, you know, there's going to be a range of experience levels coming into your rando duty finders. You know, Savage should come with an increased level of expectation. I do agree with that, but even, you know, normal, just fucking this notion that you're going to get called out for your parsing is fucking dumb.
If the run is clearing, there's no need for anything like that. Sure, if you guys are wiping normal content in this game, yeah, someone's doing something wrong. The normal content in this game, the average person should be able to do. So if you guys, so I get it. Like when someone gets pissed at, like, oh my god, we just wiped on a normal mode of this dungeon, we're still wiping. Like, yeah, that's insane. Yeah. But yeah, in Savage, no. Up your game. If you're going to do Savage
even
rating,
in Duty Finder, but that's the thing. You'll never find me in there. You'll never find me even attempting it because I just don't care. And you know, to my point, Square Enix doesn't care that I don't care. They're completely comfortable with the fact that I don't feel inspired or challenged or even the necessity to step into that kind of shit because it exists unto itself. It doesn't feed into anything. With most MMOs, you know, like the rewards from one system sort of necessitate or facilitate the participation in another. So it makes sense that, you know, when you want to be able to do the latest stuff, if you didn't do the stuff before it, you know, you're gonna be at a bit of a handicap. It just when it's 4 fucking encounters, and there are encounters that you can do anyway that in a non-challenging, it's just the all incentive has been removed for me to even give half of a shit.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the 3 minutes of time that I'm gonna lose because I'm not going full force.
Right.
Like when I was playing Dragoon, I had the Savage rotation and the other shit rotation. You know, sure, if I need to go max DPS or we're not going to be able to clear, I do the full work. But otherwise, no, I've got my lazy ass rotation, which is just for doing dungeons.
Which, yeah,
AKA,
which is
oh shit, Huton fell off.
Which is mostly the mode that I'm in if I'm playing these days. There's nothing that I want to do. I mean, you know, depending on what kind of challenge Eureka presents, like I could see myself getting into doing Eureka, but it exists unto itself over to the side, and so I feel like its rewards are really only going to be self-serving as well.
Eureka's not going to be a challenge, though. The biggest challenge is not being in the wrong element and getting your ass completely destroyed by a 50k single target damage.
I mean, probably. I don't know. We haven't even gotten our hands on it.
I would hope there's something to it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be just too easy. Like, I mean, like, I get it. Like, you know, Palace of the Dead's not particularly difficult.
Right.
I mean,
you have to be awake and you have to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be awake and you have to pay attention. And frankly, that's more than most of the normal content in this game.
Well, and the thing is I don't know that I would want NMs to have like the no margin of error that Savage encounters have. I don't think that that's even that necessary because, you know, what you're talking about is you're talking about the scalability of fights. And if you have 144 people in a zone that can all, participate in a given encounter, then you've got to be able to have mechanics that are tuned to that. So that's, I think, something that interests me a little bit more. And the question is whether or not Square Enix has a long-term plan for it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Satori, any final thoughts on Eureka before we let you go?
Prepare to be disappointed.
Oh,
yeah.
we're all set.
Cautiously optimistic is the best we have in this room. So, yeah, we're all prepared to be disappointed. Don't you worry.
Yep. Thanks for the call, Satori. We want to hear from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. And, you know, I was able to get into Diadem when it first came out because it was something different. It was a different way to be able to play the game. Yeah. And I think at least initially that's going to drive a lot of the interest in Eureka. And if there's enough depth there, because that was really the problem with Diadem, is that there wasn't a whole lot of depth to the system once you got there. But, I mean, they've been working on this thing for how long?
That's the biggest problem, is that, like, if they had Diadem as like a 0.1 or 0.1 patch, and then they have a different thing 0.2, and then a different thing 0.3, and then a different thing 0.4, I don't think anyone will be complaining.
But it was so poorly received after the first one that they felt like they had to go back and redo it.
Yeah, and, but like that's what I mean. It's like if the systems are so bad and they spend so long on them that's why nobody has any faith in them anymore.
Well, but this is really the disadvantage of having of not having a PTR. That's really what we're talking about.
That is part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. What would a PTR solve?
You would find out earlier on that, hey, Square Enix, this stuff that you're making right now is bullshit.
Yeah, but the problem with PTRs is that after that hits the PTR, pretty much nothing changes. I mean, you can look at Blizzard and all their PTRs. You can look at, well, I guess that's the only one I know of is Blizzard and their PTRs. But like on Overwatch, nothing changes from PTR to live, despite game-breaking bugs making it to live that were on the PTR, and people notified them of it. And when I played WoW, they had PTRs, and basically all that was just raiders giving a first shot at the raid and being able to.
Well, I don't think I don't think raiding should be on the PTR, but I do think that new large scale systems like this, to figure out how they operate with the community, should be put to some sort of testing, because we know that that Square Enix only does internal tests of their system. They get the people who work at Square Enix to test and see how it functions. So a lot of these sort of wider scale systems like Diadem are theoretical, and then they have to look and see how the community reacts to it. Now, we've had 2 iterations of it so far. This is their 3rd shot at trying to get this right.
It's their last shot.
I mean, yes, it is their last shot. I will give you that. But I do think that Square Enix has learned quite a bit from their first 2 iterations of this shit.
Well, and you can see that they must have learned something, because Diadem did change drastically from Diadem 1 to 2. There, like, even if Diadem 2 wasn't great, it was vastly different than the original system.
And they tried. You know, to their credit, they did try. So, you know, they've got two systems in here, and they figured out, oh, okay, here's what worked with Palace of the Dead. It was a little bit smaller, and it was a little bit more modular.
They've seen Aquapolis succeed.
And I think that, you know, they may even have finally understood the problem that they've been creating with the gear. So, you know, depending on where this gear ends up scaling at, I do think that it should probably be 165. That would make sense to me.
365,
sorry. Yeah.
165, everyone's going to be real mad.
365, that's what I meant. But
what's the expensive tome gear right now?
360.
Is it 360?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and rating would be 370, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the upgraded tome gear is 370.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 365 makes sense.
Agreed.
So if they do that and make it a definitive, because that was one of the things that they did do to the Diadem gear, is that they did up it by 5 eye levels at some point, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put the random
those random stats.
Right.
Like literally random, and it's like,
I don't think that's going to be the case here.
It better not.
And they haven't talked about the weapon and gear upgrade and customization system, so we know literally we're in the dark on those.
Yeah,
we don't know what those are.
Do you think they're gonna have it be like start off in Eureka, but like after, like, to get it like to like higher levels, you have to do relic type stuff?
Yeah,
back in the old world, or just
in
100% in Eureka?
In Eureka. I think it will be self-contained inside Eureka, which is actually a fairly good incentive. Let's consider that for a second. That does incentivize continued participation inside of the event.
Well, and we talked in the olden days about how we liked relic weapons for being able to funnel people into old content.
Yeah.
And at the same time, though, they did that for so long with so many things that everything became very ubiquitous. And
yeah, but I mean, I think we're past the pretense of trying to keep the old content relevant because there's such a glut of old irrelevant content. Why even try to keep that up?
Everyone has accepted that there's an expiration date on content.
Yes.
And I mean, World of Warcraft has functioned that way now for a long time. Old content eventually becomes worthless.
Yeah, but even then, like, all they have to really do is add a roulette to it, and then people can go back to the old content and experience it for the first time.
Been very effective. I mean, especially on like not the raids, but like the alliance raids. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's been really effective. Yes. I mean, like every time I queue for that, I get right in.
Really?
Right in.
As a tank?
No.
Oh, okay.
DPS. I queue as DPS.
I'm like,
what? I'm not dumb.
I mean, does anyone want to?
No, I believe he goes as a DPS.
No, I want to say. Does anyone want to like argue with the fact that he's?
No, I'm not dumb.
No, you're dumb.
Yeah,
he's an asshole.
Right. There's a difference.
Juxta's dumb, and Nero's an asshole.
Right.
A dumb asshole?
No. I wouldn't call him dumb. I call him an asshole and occasionally willfully ignorant.
Yeah,
but not
fair.
dumb.
That's fair.
Agreed.
Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We want to hear from you about Eureka. Juxta, you weren't here last episode when we talked about Eureka, but you did listen, so you got all of the details.
Mm-hmm. Everyone sounds really, really hopeful. I'm more.
What are you seeing? Like in terms of when you look at the information that Yoshi P and the FF14 development team has put out there, what are you seeing that makes you not as hopeful?
I think it was Kahlo that said this, and like all I see is a missed opportunity because they're implementing this new system that could potentially drastically change how the game is played, with the elemental wheel, losing XP or MP, elemental points when you die. Like, this could actually change how you feel and play the game. Like, you don't want to go out on the as alone. You have to go out there and presumably be safe in a party if you want to get work done, right? But I feel like they're just way too safe, and they doing it in this sectioned off place in the world where this is only going to affect this small place in the world, and everything else is going to be just as it was, and this small little Eureka place is only going to exist in a bubble,
right?
Until the next patch.
I mean, it's still going to be there in the next patch, but the patch is going to be past the bubble.
Yeah, it's going to be a little less relevant, and then
what's the point? Like, they're just killing off all this development time, which we spent half an expansion looking forward to, and
I think here's the point. Now, if they did a system where, okay, yes, the next patch comes out and the gear is outclassed, like solidly, right?
Right.
During the next eye level push, and then they not change the system, they add on top of it, meaning that your customizable gear and weapons now can be upgraded to relevant levels, not through doing the same shit that you were doing, but through doing new tasks or having some kind of new currency or whatever it is. They move you on to the next set of activities inside of Eureka.
Right, we're talking about ongoing development,
which is something that they have talked about. They've actively acknowledged that the Eureka that we get now is not going to stay the same.
Juxta, would you like to tackle why this is doomed, or would you like me to?
The problem with that is that now we are basically having two worlds. So we have the real world, and now we have the Eureka world, where if this stuff is actually fun, then we can only have fun in Eureka world, and it has no bearing on like raiding or dungeons or the open world, and that just seems super artificial.
The gear does have
the gear,
yes.
Sure, the gear, but that's the reward,
right?
And presumably, like, the gear is not going to keep you subscribed. Doing the content will keep you subscribed.
Right.
And if you're only able to do this, quote, fun content in this bubble, then all that, like, if the only fun stuff is in this bubble and the rest of the world is much larger than that bubble, then Square Enix has failed because the only fun part exists in this bubble.
You're suggesting the idea of like, I'm a huge Final Fantasy X fan, but you actually only like Blitzball.
Similar, yeah.
Like
Except
you only like the one aspect of that game. The rest of the game becomes kind of meaningless to you. And I get what you're working at, but at the same time, they have to start somewhere.
Right.
If they can get one area of the game fun and functional, at least that's a stepping off point.
All right.
And to be fair, we are talking about a game where we grind dungeons, and we've been subscribed to this game for I don't know how fucking long.
But here's a problem. With that.
So it's not as if like I think that there is a bigger risk by applying something like this system to the wider overworld. Would it make the wider overworld a bit more fun in the abstract? Probably, but you would be throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and that's a little bit too much. They have to have a bit of a laboratory to test this in.
I don't think they do. I think you need to take a risk. You need to, if you're going to change something and you want to like mix it up, then change it and just walk forward with whatever you change. Just go for it. Don't half-ass it.
Here's why neither of these things are going to happen, guys.
The world does not function like that, and it would take a much larger overhaul to be able to make that work.
Like what we saw from 1 to 2.0. But here's why even it's not going to happen, because I actually didn't even potentially see that reasoning, Juxta. But what what additional design that they build upon over and over again have we seen? It didn't work from Diadem 1 to 2. They promised that we would get it with Deep Dungeon. We still haven't seen it yet. The only thing that we did
get two separate pieces of development for the original Deep Dungeon.
They added on the extra floors, but the only major place that we see this continued development is in dungeons. And guess what? We've been getting less and less as time goes on.
But
if they do decide, or if they do actually carry through with building onto Eureka, how often do you think we're going to see each section of it?
Oh, it's got to be every 0.5 patch. Every single one.
Not happening.
Every single one.
Not happening. I would stake both my balls on that.
It's got to be to be able to keep up with the eye level progression, and I think that we can start to expect
I would agree.
At the same rate of content as that we were getting with the animal weapons.
If they did that, like Eureka drops in 4.25, and then every 0.5 patch we got another thing of Eureka, and it's fun. That would have me back in. I mean, and I would pay $14.99 a month for that. But holy shit, that ain't gonna fucking happen.
But let's consider the amount of actual dev time that it would need to accomplish something like that. If you're taking the next step, like think of the different amount of tasks that they laid out for us in the overworld. Same amount of tasks. You can actually change the parameters on what you need to kill quite regularly, and it's actually going to be applicable because you've got the elemental wheel system. Okay, so now that's actually introducing two different things. So the second tier of customization for the armor and weapon doesn't even need to be the addition of new monsters. It can be just different shit than what you were fighting in the previous tier. And then that way they only have to add maybe 1 or 2 or 3 new NMs to keep people sated and feel like the system is actually receiving legitimate updates.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need to do massive updates, and that's what we think of when we think of like anima, because each new anima step that came out was always very big. There was always a lot happening in it. They don't need to do that this time. They just need a simple, small update, and like even every third one was a big update, that would be enough. The 4.15 and the 4.45 patches are big, or you could do it the first and last patch of every expansion is a major patch to Eureka. You could do it that way.
I think, especially with what you're talking about, Juxta, there are very specific opportunities that they have to make decisions like that. And the only times that they have to make those are around expansions.
Right.
That's it.
Which obviously won't. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that, and they definitely missed their opportunity with waiting half the expansion to introduce Eureka.
Oh no, I agree. I agree with that. But I mean, like to make an adjustment like what you're talking about with the way that the overworld operates in a general in a general philosophical game design sense. The only opportunity that you have to do that is at an expansion. You can't do that in like a midway patch. You can't do. You know what I mean?
That.
Yeah. They'd have to do it at 4.0, 5.0, some big adjustment like
the end or the beginning.
Right, and like you could seriously like if, like, let's say Eureka is the sex, right? Everyone fucking loves it, and everyone's like, my God.
Did you just call it the sex?
The sex.
Okay.
It is the sex.
Just checking.
Capital T, capital S.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
All right. So everyone loves it, and they want more. Just, oh my God, I want more of this. I want it to be better. Well, you could do that in time with 5.0. You could say, like, cool, war's breaking out in full between Garlemald and, you know, everywhere else. The game's going to change a bit to accommodate that.
And I don't think it's unfair to say, and I think it's actually, you know, here's a rare compliment to Square Enix, that they do have the ability to learn from what works well. They do tend to throw out a little bit too much of what they feel didn't work about certain systems. They tend to overcorrect a little bit. But if they find that Eureka does well and people gravitate toward it, there's a chance that they could incorporate those philosophical design choices into expansions moving forward. Because we've identified this before, that, you know, Square Enix's main MO behind Heavensward and Stormblood was acquisition of new players. And they've, I think, burned that out. There's only, you know, like, if you're at the point where you're buying billboards for your game, you've kind of burned out the new people that you're going to be able to bring to the game. Now, I think, you know, again, more than ever, they've got to concentrate on keeping people here and bringing lapsed subs back.
Yeah, think about what Abyssia actually was to 11. There was never an intention to bring one new person to the game with Abyssia. It was a major attempt to sate the major complaints in the community.
Right.
Like, oh my God, leveling takes for fucking ever. All right.
Well, I mean, at that point, leveling was broken. It was broken. There wasn't enough people to be able to sustain XP parties, like we had 5 years previous.
Sure. Yeah.
And they had to do something about it. Yeah.
And Abyssia,
especially if they were pushing that level cap.
Yeah, they changed the game forever with that. And it was a bold choice, but it was one done to either keep people who were already there playing longer and bring back people who had become disenfranchised. It never had an intention of bringing someone new in.
Yeah, and I do think that at some point they're going to have to switch that development tactic for FF14 as well.
I think that time was like this expansion.
Oh no, I agree. We were saying that in the lead up to Stormblood, that's where they should be concentrating, and I legitimately don't know how much longer they can sustain not supporting the people who have been here the longest.
I thought it was the time to make the switch leading up to Stormblood.
Yes.
But at least a part of me understood why they wanted to push it out for one more. At Garlemald, where you're literally, theoretically anyway, concluding the overall story that we've experienced thus far, the incursion between
the large conflict of the Empire,
yeah, it's time to make the switch there. There's no excuse to wait till after that, because actually, after that, when you're starting a brand new story, in theory, that might be where you try to bring some new people in.
Yeah. But I think I would just love to. I'd love to get the heel turn, the switch, and just Square Enix goes, oh, we've been making an easy game, huh? You know, like, and they just fucking, you know, turn it into something that is just like you know, not totally.
To get through MSQ, you have to do Savage.
Well, no, but I mean, like, they bump up the difficulty of the MSQ.
They bring in the souls, guys.
Yeah, there you go.
Make it Soulsian.
Anyway, we want to hear from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Are you excited at all for Eureka? Does it make you hopeful about the future direction of the game? How often are you expecting updates for the system? Let us know. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. And I mean, we've got some games that we could play.
We have fun now.
We've got about an hour left in the show. We might be able to switch it over to games. I just wanted to make sure that we gave everyone who wanted to call in an opportunity to call in so that we could discuss this. Because once we move on to games,
it's hard to switch back out.
It's kind of hard to switch back.
Yeah.
So once we start having fun, we don't want to talk about the game.
It's kind of last call. Kind of last call here for calls on Eureka, and I'm kind of surprised. I mean, this does seem to be one of the largest attempts that Square Enix has made to sate the veteran crowd, and I'm surprised that more people don't feel one way or the other about it. And I mean, granted, we don't have our hands on it yet.
Well, I think that's it. I think everyone is very much in the wait and see. Oop.
The boobs part for we alone.
Yeah, the boobs part for we alone. I agree with that.
Okay.
Truer words have never been spoken.
I think that most people, obviously everyone wants this game to do well. Whether they hate it or love it right now, they want it to be fun. But I think the people that are disenfranchised with it don't want... They've been hurt before.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's definitely...
Why get hopeful and passionate about it until you've seen what it is?
We've been burned enough times where we're in show me mode.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Show me.
Yeah. I think that's probably fair.
Strife. Do we have a date for 4.25?
I don't know if they gave a specific date, but they said a few weeks after 4.1 had hit. So.
Strife in the chat saying a lot of modern MMO players aren't going to be into the FFXI style of Eureka systems of XP loss. It's a niche system. I don't know that I believe that.
Guess what? If they're not into it, they can either fucking deal or leave.
Well, and the numbers will speak for themselves. We'll know in fairly short order whether people are into it or not.
Right.
And getting res, you don't lose it anyway. So far from a full team wipe, you're not actually losing anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that, you can kind of make a blanket statement like that pretty easy. And I don't know that that's necessarily true.
This is them trying to give death meaning.
Well, and just because, yes, exactly. You do want death to carry some sort of penalty, or at least I think, most video game players understand that.
Do your boobs weigh heavy?
Heavy? Do they wobble to and fro?
Juxta, let me ask you something.
Can you tie him in a knot? Can you tie him in a bow?
Ow. Juxta, I gotta ask. Do you tell people that your boobs are fake?
Nobody asks.
Oh.
Are your boobs real?
They are.
Okay, he doesn't.
That was creepy sounding.
He doesn't say they're fake.
Oh, they are.
Not okay with that. I'm not okay with that.
Nobody asks to touch his boob. Have you ever had someone
Daddy just
fondle?
does it, okay?
Have you ever? No, seriously. Have you ever actually had someone like fondle your boobs?
I mean, I had someone do a shot off my belly.
You had that one coming.
You guys.
You had that. Hey.
Specifically, fuck you.
Hey.
No way.
Oh, what a piece of shit. See, well, you do a shot off me again.
Gross. Anyway,
it's so gross.
I do think
you didn't even shave for me.
I think that the notion that death or failure states carry penalties with it is no longer a valid game design. I think that is completely overshadowed by games that have very punishing failure states. Dark Souls, if that were true, Dark Souls would be the most hated game on the face of the fucking planet. And I mean, while it kind of is in a sense, it is also one of the most revered games on the planet. So I do think that a system needs XP, some sort of loss on death.
Some sort of penalty.
Right. But would players accept it in the overworld? Probably not. Just like they wouldn't accept, your body being lootable either.
Well, and that's almost the benefit of having it, and it's in isolation in this bubble, is you can more easily justify saying, no, in this world, those are the rules. Right. That is the price you pay if you die in Eureka.
And I don't think even if someone doesn't like it, if they're just like, I don't like the idea that I can lose XP, that would preclude their participation in the event. The idea that would be the sole reason that they would just be like, no, I'm not going to do I'm not going to do Eureka because I could lose XP.
You're right the first time.
I'm not saying nobody liked losing XP in 11. That wasn't a happy time for anybody, but it never once made you go like, absolutely not. I'm not playing anymore because I lost XP.
Well, no. Strife, I'm not saying that that's going to draw the majority of players back either. But I'm saying at 5.0, if they make decisions, broad stroke decisions, not necessarily that you can lose XP in the overworld, but that the zones are dangerous and carry some sort of, danger along with them, and it's difficult to traverse from one area to another, and they don't suddenly lose meaning. Well, any zone's going to lose meaning as soon as you have flying, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, if they decide to ramp up the difficulty associated with just being in the world and getting to the next thing, that's one way to bring some veterans back.
Yeah, I think...
And it challenges your new players, and when they complain about it, you say, go fuck yourself.
Just doing something very differently will bring some players back. Just hearing something like, oh no, it's not more of the same like it's been for 2 expansions.
Yeah, it's fair. All right. Well, we're waiting for Kahlo to get back with drinks, but...
I mean, he's got time to text in the chat, so I mean...
Yeah, he's talking in the chat.
Asshole.
Piece of shit.
He's deliberately doing this to not get Juxta a drink. There he is.
Well, he didn't need to deliver...
Eating our Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood branded honey bun scientifically helps with boob growth.
Oh, see?
All right.
There you go.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Freshleys, for that wonderful bit of information.
All of the hormones in the Mrs. Freshly's baked goods.
Yeah, they're loaded with estrogen.
Yes, exactly.
Escalia.
Yes.
Knowing what you know of Mrs. Freshly's baked goods.
Yeah.
Do you really want tits from them?
I would rather be a carpenter's dream than eat another Mrs. Freshly's. Flat as a board and in need of a screw.
Okay.
All right. We've given the phone lines enough time.
No one's calling?
Yeah, go fuck yourselves, I guess.
Apparently not.
I guess. You get to have fun now?
Yeah, we get to have fun now.
Oh, we do?
But Nika's not here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she's real heartbroken. Yeah, she's real heartbroken. She doesn't get to participate this time. She didn't complain the whole pre-show. All right, so welcome back to Whose Fantasy Is It Anyway?
Do some intro music, Escalia, like with your mouth.
No.
Oh.
What was that? What was our catch line? Where the eye level doesn't matter? Where everything's made up and the eye level doesn't matter?
Something like that.
That sounds right.
I don't know.
All right, so our first game is one of our favorites. It's called Press Conference. It's a very easy game for the 4 of us to play, where one of us will be leaving the room, and we will have to be, or you 3 are going to be given the what is the press conference about. You are going to have to give clues to the person holding the press conference and help them figure out what they are giving a press conference on. I believe one time we had Yoshi was had signed on to work at Blizzard, was it?
He was like merging Blizzard and merging WoW with
Final Fantasy XIV. So you had to give clues to the press conference giver to figure out what help him figure out what that was. So
all right,
who wants to give a press conference?
Last time I left for it, so I'd like to stay in the room for this and be one of the
Juxta, get the fuck out of the room.
Yeah, go get your drink.
Damn it. This is a hard one.
I'll tell you when we come back in.
Shit.
All right.
Shit.
All right. So, chat room, let's take some suggestions on what Juxta might be giving a press conference on.
Yeah.
Something about his stupid baby, maybe.
Oh my God. Yeah, that could be it. Maybe. What if Yoshi was joining Limit Break Radio? That was his next career transition.
Yeah, that would never happen.
Well, yeah, of course not.
I know, but we gotta make the questions fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like that would be a little bit on the nose to be able to figure out. That's why I was going a little bit silly with it.
His baby taking over for Yoshida.
That's a dumb one too. Come on, guys.
You guys can do better than
Get
this.
some better suggestions out here.
Oh my God, Strife announcing that he can in fact touch his penis to his asshole.
That's not bad.
I don't hate that one.
It's not bad.
Russian hacks delaying Eureka.
Okay,
that's not terrible.
That's not terrible. That's not terrible.
I like.
We're gonna need to pin one down here.
I like the penis to the asshole one.
That one's almost too good to pass off.
Yeah, that one's a classic.
All right.
I'll go grab him.
All right. So, Kahlo, it looks like we are the only ones that are even remotely excited about Eureka.
I don't know that I would use the word excited.
Curious?
I guess so. I mean, to me, I feel like the best case scenario is that we get a piece of content that Square Enix actually developed to have fun, but because, again, of the structure of the game overall, it's still just going to fall into those, oh, well, I can just get caught up super quick next time anyway, and that's my biggest fear.
Well, but that is a core function of the entire system overall. So it's hard to be able to make a change on something like that until you get to one of these big expansion points.
Yep.
I have a big expansion point.
Shut the fuck up. Ugh.
It's my dick.
Yeah, we get it.
Great. Okay.
All right.
So you are holding. All right. So up next, our guest will be giving a few comments. We're going to open the floor up to questions.
Mr. Juxta, I have a question. Mr. Juxta.
All right. The bearded lady in the front.
How did you figure out that you would be able to do this amazing feat?
Well, it was long and hard, but I was able to look within myself to really bring forth all of the energy and enthusiasm.
Follow up question. I understand if it was long, how that would be an advantage in the situation, but hard seems to be something that would be difficult or something that you would have to overcome. Was that something that you felt that was difficult about this whole situation?
Well, I mean, obviously the length does have its benefits, but don't discount when things get hard. It makes things really most of the time it makes things very straight and narrow for the path that you want to take.
Excuse me, Mr. Position.
Yeah, the
Dick Kick'em Wall Watch'em from the Gobadian Gazette
I've never
online. Yes. So in the past, you have you've said that you basically ill-equipped to do this. That it was impossible. There have been various demonstrations which showed as much. I don't understand how you overcame the technical limitations in order to accomplish this.
Well, there were excuse me. There are technical limitations, obviously, but some things you have to you really have to just put your mind forward and really just stretch your legs out and just take a big deep breath and do what you can.
Mr. Position over here.
Yes, the person with the weird hair color in the front. Why are you all in the front?
Mr. and Mrs. Page of the Age Orsian Times. So you only learned about this feat a short while ago. How did you buckle down and try it so quickly? What inspired you?
Well, it's given that I heard about it so recently, I really just wanted to prove my mettle in being able to tape my junk to my asshole, but I was able to quickly do it, and I was able to reach my butthole.
Very good.
Very well done.
Very good.
Oh my god,
I'm impressed he was able to get it.
Yeah,
no, he got it in 3.
Did you have it when he's?
I had it as soon as
on hard
on second or Nero's second question.
His follow-up question.
Okay, yeah, I was actually one of my follow-up question too. I'm like, good god. Oh my god, thank you for that.
All right,
let's see, what other games do we have here? Yes, we have the dating game in Eorzea. I know we wanted to have Joe Never and Ethis on and Mr. Happy on, but they don't take our calls anymore, so we flashed the Ethis signal in the sky and we just got a middle finger.
All right,
so
I'm gonna go ahead and volunteer for the dating game.
I don't want to be a contestant for him.
Yeah.
Too bad.
All right, so
well, you got to explain how it's played.
Right, so Kahlo is going to be our contestant here on the dating game, and we are going to all be lovely bachelors and or bachelorettes trying to vie for his affection.
Please.
What? No promises. It'll be up to them. The chat is going to help us decide what each of our strange quirks are. What is going to be our weird traits that we have to get across? It could be maybe a person that we're playing or just a trait that we exhibit.
All right, so I got a good one.
Okay.
Nika trying to do improv.
You want one of us to play Nika trying to do improv?
I'm assuming that you...
No, I don't have anything planned for that.
Oh, you don't have anything?
That's my suggestion throwing.
Your suggestion.
Okay.
If you think that's good, it's good.
I don't know that I have anything for that either.
I'm not sure what the...
Maybe.
I might be able to do it, but let's
taking suggestions from the chat too.
Some more
too. Absolutely. Throw out some ideas, some weird things that we might be able to do or play. And we've done things like in the past we've had people be RMT Gil Sellers.
Yes, right.
What was
Moon Brita as a zombie.
Nero is Jack Thompson, but he's pro war games. Could you do like a right-wing conservative in Eorzea?
I mean, don't I do that every week?
Are we right-wing conservatives?
No, I mean
we're kind of far leftist.
People mistake me for being some kind of conservo bot. So,
Orderic says a lovesick femro. That would literally just be Nika.
Yeah, again.
Worst mentor. I like that one.
Oh, that is a good one. Someone has to be the worst mentor.
Worst mentor. I think Juxta, you could probably pull that off, couldn't
Worst mentor, so like the mentor chat.
Yeah.
Okay, Juxta is the worst mentor.
Yes.
So I mean, do you want to be Alex Jones?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
No.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to do that much yelling today.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Let's see. I could be. Let's see. Abusive wrong info.
Abusive wrong.
Oh,
for the mentor.
Okay,
we got that.
Yeah, we get the bet. Yeah. Who's the dude that keeps shouting "Sickness must be purged"? What is his name?
Oh yeah,
Charlotte Manson.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Actually, I'll do him.
You want to be him?
Yeah, I'll do him.
Okay. And then Carlos, how about a salty old man? His first time on FF14.
The dad from Daddy of Light.
Oh,
okay.
It's not bad. I don't know.
I kind of want to just do like an old guy playing FF14 and not understanding it.
How about drunk Carletta? Could you do drunk Carletta?
I've only met her once. You might be able to do it better. You know her better than I do.
I mean, it would basically be like drunk Shantoto.
The 40-year-old guy who plays a Lalafell and uses XD in Kawaii.
Creepy Animu.
Yeah,
how about a bad
creepy Animu?
A bad dragon dildo salesman for Callie. Creepy Animu.
Creepy Animu.
I could be Kawaii Desne. Yeah. I can do that. Okay, I got it.
All right.
I'll minimize the chat. No, he's not gonna see.
Yeah, I didn't actually check. Was the green room muted out there actually? When you
yes, it was. Yes.
All right. See, I don't trust this guy. I would imagine that he would have turned it up a little bit.
I mean, fun in that probably.
All right, Chuck Woolery, let's do this. Who's the host?
Yep. Usually we have 5 people for this, don't we?
Yeah.
I'll double as the host.
Double as the host. Yeah.
Welcome to the dating game in Eorzea. Today's lucky bachelor was named Cucklo Landis.
That's Cucklo Fagdus. Thank you very much.
Fagdus.
We can't say that in the presence of the FCC, but thank you. He'll be trying to win the affections of these 3 lovely individuals. So go ahead, Cucklo Landis, you can take it away with your first question.
So my first question for contestant number 1, dater number 1, my number 1 choice is, I'm not much of a feelsy person. I personally prefer to watch and experience things vicariously. So if we were to go out one night and maybe pick out a third for our evening activities, what would you say
actually,
is
the third person we're probably going to need is definitely going to be a DPS Dragoon. Okay, I'm obviously a healer because that's what I have to do, and I presume that you are the tank. So we'll just run through these dungeons and we'll just go through the first one first. So Sastasha's first. I'll be able to solo heal this because I'm the best. If you need any help with your rotation, just let me know. I know exactly how to do it. I've got all the classes leveled.
Okay.
All of them leveled.
Okay. All right. On
Not Dark Knight.
You talk way too much. We're gonna need a ball gag for you. On to contestant number 2.
Hi.
So let's say that we're going to visit my parents.
Are they cute?
We can't take anything to the metal detectors, but what would you help me pick out as a gift for their anniversary?
Oh my god, I just got these cute little glamour prisms. We could try them on. I got the Sailor Scout one. I'm so excited to try it on. Oh my god.
That's kinky. All right. Moving on to contestant number 3.
Hello.
What would you say is your biggest turn off?
I would say my biggest turn off would be sickness. Because it must be purged.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Yeah. Not a big fan there either. Hopefully you're not into, cleanliness necessarily. Things can get dirty. Back to
the sickness must be purged.
Purging the sickness. Got it. Back to contestant number 1.
Yes. Do you have all your gear repaired? We must repair the gear before we enter the dungeon. I don't want to have any. I don't want any mess-ups. Okay. I have a bard friend. He's going to help us maximize the DPS in Sastasha. What level are you?
How are you at taking instructions?
What? I do the instruction talking, okay? I know. Look, I'm basically in charge of this chat here, okay? So I know who's in it, who leaves, and just trust me, you don't want to leave because I have all of the best information.
I'm going to go on to contestant number 2 one more time.
No, hold on. We need to maximize our XP per hour.
Contestant number 2.
I feel like there's some sickness there.
Oh my god, they're doing a Mew Mew Kissy Cutie crossover.
There's definitely some sickness here.
Mew Mew is the terrible anime, FYI.
How dare you?
Contestant number 2.
Go Posing Rangers is the best.
Could you please tell me about your last sexual encounter?
Oh my god. Okay, so
I know all the best encounters. If you need any help, just let me know.
Up, contestant number 1.
It was just before the show today. I was hanging out with contestant number 1 in the back room. Oh my god. He had a long list of kinky things he loved to do, and we tried them all.
Let's just keep that quiet.
He put his penis in places.
Not in this chat, please. Not in this chat.
That's not what he said earlier.
I will have to remove you.
Okay. All right. So, contestant number 3.
I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. I'm very concerned with my health.
You have your own dungeon, from what I understand. You're the boss of that whole place, aren't you?
I do. I run my own company. Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
Because contestant number 1 is Strife.
I mean,
or Nika.
Nika?
No. He is more general. What is he?
Oh, just a bossy raid leader?
He's had to do a lot of things to qualify for what he is. He has to meet a lot of specific requirements to run this chat room.
I'm basically in charge of this chat room, and if you don't like what I say, I'm going to boot you from it because everybody has that power.
Kooky?
Yes.
Wow.
No, he is the world's worst mentor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And you are you kooky?
We're actually all kooky.
Well, the Sailor Moon thing is just...
We're all kooky depending on her mood.
That's fair.
I'd really like to know how I'm kooky. Please, inform me how I am kooky.
You're kooky in the bathroom.
You are kooky in the timeline where the machines took over.
No, I am not kooky. Again, I'm a fairly general person that you might run into in the
anime weeaboo.
Yes, I'm an anime weeaboo.
And I can't remember the actual name of the dude.
Neither could we.
You're the sickness be purged guy.
Yes, he's like Chattlebert, Charadelpt.
You disgust me.
Churtlebert. I like that.
Churtlebert. Oh my god.
I think my vocal effect was actually pretty close.
It was very close.
Hit that again.
You disgust me.
You disgust me.
Wow.
You disgust me.
You disgust me.
You disgust me.
I'm a girl, I like dicks.
Nah, you're not getting me on that one. Damn.
Oh my god. All right, so
I love Strife's comment to Kooky. Well, now we know how people perceive us.
all right, so I'm gonna name this game.
Sarah Charlbert, filthy rats.
Outstanding. So I'm going to name this game so that the chat can start getting them together. We are going to do scenes from the chat at some point, but that is one that requires their participation. So
yeah, so get off your fucking ass.
Right, audience, you guys are going to come up with random sequences or ideas that the cast must try to provide as many examples of as they can. You know, things you can say about your dragoon but not your girlfriend. What does the LBR cast right on the bathroom wall? Things like that. Come up with as many of those scenes as you possibly can, and we'll collect those while we're doing this next game. So we are going to do Strange Night, and this was once called Strange Night in Palace of the Dead, but it's now, I guess, Strange Night in Eureka might fit better. So
okay.
Once again, one of our players is going to be the party leader, and he is going to have to try and get a bunch of misfit idiots basically through a run in Eureka. So you're going to interact with party members rather than asking them questions. Though you're going to be giving them orders. They're going to be coming to you and presenting problems to you, things like that. And you're going to try to figure out why. Well, what's wrong with these people? Because let's be frank, there's probably a lot wrong with them. Who's left in FF14?
I'll be the party leader.
All right, you will be the party leader. And so we need to find some weird quirks that we can all play.
Okay.
All right, chat. What you got for us?
Yeah. Nuclear Theology, what Nika is actually doing, which is not in the show. That's absolutely one for Kookie, if you could maybe go ahead and you got it.
We got this.
Look at you guys. All right, you guys are perfect.
Gosh.
All right. Uncomfortable times for Oshifan fan fictions. No, Malcuria will love that one.
Yes.
All right,
but right now we need party guests,
exactly.
Dungeon members. Who are we in this dungeon?
I don't know. Who should Callow be?
A 9-year-old who's never played an MMO before.
Oh my God! Yes.
Is that me?
Is that you? Can you do that? You got something for it?
I can probably.
All right. You are a 9-year-old who is playing his first MMO.
You got it. All right.
Juxta, a try-hard filming the party. Is that supposed to be?
Try-hard palming the party.
Palming the party?
Flaming the party. Oh, okay.
I could do that. Yeah.
Okay, you want me to try hard flaming the party? All right, great. And then we just need one for me.
One for Escalia.
Let's see. I could be.
I think that you should be a gay Mr. Happy fan.
All right.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Good one. I got one. All right. Good one. All right. Gotta cover the chance. Wait, what am I again?
All right.
Okay. This is in Eureka?
Yeah, Strange Night in Eureka.
Okay.
Alrighty, welcome party members. We're going to be doing a great run here in Eureka, taking care of a couple of bosses and maybe some small objectives. Okay, all right, a little bit.
Listen here, girlfriend, you need to calm down. All right, this is gonna be a great run tonight.
I know, but because I'm here, but I just want to make sure that we're gonna progress as quickly as we can because
we're gonna get.
Time is tomes, my friend.
Is it okay if I switch to the white mage instead of the black mage?
Honey, you could be a white or a black mage. Whatever you feel inside your heart is what you need to be, okay?
How do I change that then?
Guys, we our party list is fine as is. Just stay as the black mage and make sure we do our rotations and we'll be fine. Party leader, can we progress?
Okay, all right. So we've got a couple.
Can we progress now?
We're gonna get through a couple of objectives and see if we can pop maybe one of these NMs that we keep hearing about.
Which objective?
Will you shut the fuck up?
Oh my God, my favorite streamer was just doing a how-to video on this. Guys, don't worry, we are gonna be spectacular.
Party leader, I can stay on the black mage, but I really need new shoes because I think that mine are a little underleveled right now.
Oh my God, why are you wearing 300?
Okay,
dude, this guy is wearing 300. Why is he in our party?
You know what? I fucked your mom last night and she didn't have a problem with any of my shoes.
Excuse me?
So maybe you should just shut up, you faggot.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
Listen here, you little piece of shit.
What?
I've been fucking your mom since you were born. You know how you got here? I'm your daddy.
How come there's no love for anyone's dad in here? Why is it only girls?
You can't fuck my mom if you're a faggot.
Engage countdown.
Guess what? Your mom is a
5,
faggot.
4, 3,
all right, shut up. Pay
2,
attention.
1. Pulls monster. All right, look, Tank, I need you to vote. Someone why is hate all over the place?
Listen, there's hate everywhere in this world, and we just need to learn to spread it around, and we can handle it.
Hit the mob. I have aggro. Aggro.
I'm dead.
Aggro.
I'm dead.
Aggro.
Where's our healer? Okay, we're
great,
now
great.
we're all
I'm dead.
We're
Thanks
all
a lot, you piece of shit party.
We're all dead. Thank
What?
you.
Can I get a raise? Raise? I'm not losing any elemental fucking EXP for this shithead and his 300 level shoes.
Maybe if I would have switched to the white mage, I could have.
You're a fucking bad, and you're a faggot in real life, apparently. And you're a faggot because your mom is a faggot. And party leader, you're a faggot. You're not leading. Faggots everywhere. God.
Listen, my favorite streamer just told me when we're having a time like this, you just need to all take a moment, compose yourself.
I think he is a faggot.
Sound effect 16, 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 sound effect 16.
Okay, all right. Clearly, the party has deteriorated. So, you are a gay fan of Mr. Happy.
Yes, that is exactly correct.
Right. Okay. Juxta, you are the try-hard from my normal duty finder.
Try-hard flamer, yep.
Yeah, the guy on Twitter who decided to put out my parse.
Effectively, yes.
And Kahlo, you are the guy who clearly bought a jump potion.
He's how old is he?
9 years.
Yeah, he's not. He's
a kid who's his first time playing an MMO.
Yes, exactly. And yes, clearly he needed a jump potion.
Gotcha.
Very good. Outstanding.
2 out of 3. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
And I thought you
like 2.5 out of 3.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that is Strange Night in Eureka. And now have we gotten a list of our
Epic Lurker? I think I've queued into this party.
If we have our list going, we can, or we can do weird genres while we give them more time. What do you think?
Probably weird genres.
Weird genres. We
All
have
right.
like 4 scenes.
So I at first though I have to say that I thought you two were going to be the argumentative couple.
Oh gosh,
that would have been good.
That would have been good.
Yeah, no, that would have been very good.
You know,
we don't
like
usually do the ones where we have 2 people interacting with each other.
The link shell leader and his wife. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like the like the link shell like the link shell leader that you're like, I'm not sure that there's domestic abuse going on, but
just
I'm
say
like 90%.
Let's just say it. Oh, Moy Kitty and Ring 3.
We were all thinking it.
Ring.
So for weird
he doesn't
genres,
listen to this show anymore.
He's probably dead. He was really old.
So this one we all get to be in on the bit. We're all going to be here. So 3 players are going to act out a scene as given to them by the audience, while the 4th player is going to act as the director. Periodically, the director will step in, proclaiming that what they're doing sucks effectively, and you need to switch up to a new genre of video game to act out that scene in.
Okay.
All right.
So we need a scene that 3 of us can act out.
Can I volunteer Juxta as the director?
Director position?
Yeah.
I think we could make that happen.
Okay.
All right. So we need a scene that the 3 of us can act out.
Is it a scene from the genre of video game that I'm changing? It says FPS, MMO, and so forth.
Well, that was just me giving examples. Like literally, you would change genre. So yeah, you'd be like, all right, now do it as if this were a dating sim, or now do this as if
Gotcha.
Right.
Kooky suggested a Five Nights at Freddy's scene. I don't know what we would do for that.
Yeah.
Outside of give a really convoluted story.
I mean, I think we need something a little bit more generic.
Okay,
like a little bit more general.
Yeah, the scene itself shouldn't at first have to do with any specific genre. We just need a scene.
All right, so it's going to be meeting night at the Link Shell, and we are indoctrinating newbie Escalia and Nates and Kahlo, Anira and Kahlo are like the 2 guild masters,
senior members.
Okay,
giving me my my initiation and trial to get in.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
That's good.
All
right.
right,
Here
cool.
we go. All right, pledge.
Okay.
All right. I hope you like having things up your butt because you're gonna have several things placed in them. It's time to join the link shell.
I got the cucumber ready.
Woo! Oh, and it is shrink wrap. That's gonna hurt.
Man, they said this only happened on Balmung.
Okay, now the first thing that you got to do is you've got to take all of that alcohol and chug it right now.
Up your butt.
Up my butt.
Up your butt. This is a butt chugging contest, sir.
You're
our only pledge.
Come on, ERP it out, buddy.
All right. Slash me drops pants and bends over.
Cut. No. Okay. This is terrible. Like you can't just say what you're doing. You have to like get involved in it. And I feel like we could actually have like more interaction. So I don't think this video game genre is working. Do it like you are in a stealth game. All right. You're a stealth shooter.
Okay.
All right. Action.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, weapons and equipment OSP, is going to be butt chugging this liter of beer.
Oh my God, this is the weirdest thing I've put in my butt since Snake.
Wait,
Snake!
What's that?
Snake!
Okay, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Cut. No, this isn't working. There's no action. There's no dramaticness. I think what we need to do with this is as a roguelike. You know what roguelikes are? If you die, then you have to start over with a new character. All right? Everything's random.
Oh my God.
You guys ready? Action!
I just hit level 50 and this bottle looks really big.
Stabs.
No! Oh my God!
We're gonna need a new newbie.
Hey guys, I just rolled a new black mage.
Stabs.
Damn it!
Keep going till we get the rare knight character.
All right. Hey guys, I just rolled a thief. I'm really excited for it. Oh my God, he misses.
Cut. No, this is not going anywhere. What, really? A thief character? That's what you went with?
I'm sorry.
Shut up. It was terrible.
It's randomly generated. What's it
all right,
do?
Stop. I don't want to hear it from you either. The people I have to work with. All right. We are going into a cybernetic zombie overlord apocalypse. Open world. Action!
This is our last bottle of alcohol. Are you sure you want to use it for this?
We should probably take it to the town. We should fast travel to the town 2 towns over, because that vendor
I can craft
will
it.
be able to.
I can actually craft it into a cocktail, which we can sell for 3 gold, and then we can buy another one for 1 gold. And if we just keep doing this over and over and over again, we can rack up so much gold and buy all the alcohol we need. And he can put all of it up his ass.
I feel like we keep coming back to this being in my ass.
It's initiation. What do you want? Maybe you should have went to the other town if you don't want to put bottles of alcohol up your ass. It's like doing a very rare ending.
That was awful. That was good.
This is so awful.
But I think we need to take it in a different direction. Free-to-play mobile game, card game. Action!
Free-to-play mobile card game?
I don't know. Line up the 3 green diamonds, guys. Get triple word score.
I'll
match 3 RPG action puzzle quest.
And then put it up your butt.
I'll tap for 3 mana to play Burning Sting.
Cut. That was perfect.
I wasn't it.
Thank you.
We made his vision come true.
Oh, good. All right.
That was the dumbest thing.
And no one even pulled a rare. I can't even. Jesus.
We didn't buy enough loot packs.
99 bottles of booze up your butt. 99 bottles of booze. Take one down.
I don't even know how that. What the fuck happened there?
This whole show's gone. I would say this show's gone off the rails, but this show started off the rails.
This whole day's been off the rails. Because I'm here, brother.
Coming to a theater near you. The Initiation. All right.
So yes.
Let's move on to scenes from the chat. Do we have a list of some scenes that we can act
they're
out?
being fucking lazy.
Well, I think Kookie's been like collecting a bunch of them. So at this point, Kookie will just
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, okay.
7, 8. Yep.
Oh. Well,
she's been collecting them. They've been doing them in the chat.
I'm still gonna call the chat lazy.
You lazy sons of bitches. Go put booze up your ass.
Like a card game.
So you guys can keep calling these out as we go along. This is called Scenes from the Chat, and we're going to take your guys' scenes and ideas and just give as many examples off the top of our head as we can of these various scenes. So Juxta, what do we have?
All right, let's start with things people do to bot players.
Things people do to bot players.
I would like to shove a bottle of booze up their ass is what I'd like to do.
What's the
read LBR fan fictions to them and tells.
Not bad. Try and steal as much of their time as is absolutely possible. Got to scam bait those bitches.
Train mobs onto them.
Yeah.
Choo-choo gob.
Choo-choo gob.
Choo-choo gob.
It's much harder to do these days in the modern MMO era.
Thanks, Yoshi.
Yeah.
People did do that in FF11 though, didn't they?
If you can find out
gob bombs,
gob bombs on the bot fishers.
You got my Girl Age Citadel party spot? Well, I'm gonna train a bunch of bats on you.
Try to figure out what language they speak and get them to admit that they're gold farmers.
All right, that was just me the one time, but it did work. You know what was weird about that is that guy I talked to, and I got him to admit it to me, all I did was say ni hao to him, but I said it in English. I typed ni hao, and he replied to me and thought I was a fellow guild spammer.
It's probably easier to use English keyboards than Japanese ones.
Chinese. I mean, ni hao would be Chinese.
Yeah.
Things coming in 4.3 that nobody wanted.
Oh boy.
Well, can you bring up the patch notes that aren't Eureka?
Oh, I got a good one. Dragoons now get a wyvern pet.
Oh. Go fuck yourself. That's why I don't come back here.
More summon eggy glamours.
The Mew Mew Kissy Cutie crossover. That's finally show up in 4.3.
Harsher font.
They add Corsair as a job.
Oh, and Puppet Master. Oh. Who thought that was a good idea?
I mean, listen, TOAU was a wonderful era for FF11.
Sure was.
Not for the jobs that they added.
I got Blue Mage, and that was really all that was worth it.
Yeah. You know, Triple Triad went over so well, and they've added way too many cards at this point. They need to start over. Introducing Tetramaster.
The game, that was the game in FF11, right? With
well, it was
Tetramaster?
sort of like bundled with or whatever.
Play online.
Yeah.
Play online. Yeah, that's right.
Blitzball.
Oh,
that actually is kind of true. Maybe
things that nobody wanted in 4.3.
Yeah,
that
swimming.
I mean, well, we had that a long time ago. I mean, that came
swimming.
A new Eastern garb. Cash app only.
Oh. What else we got?
Things you can say to summoners, but you can't say in the bedroom.
Things you can say to a summoner, but you can't say in the bedroom.
All right, good job. Now leave.
There's not a lot that I can't say in the bedroom. I get in trouble, but that's all that happens is you get a woman mad at you.
You were more impressive 10 years ago? Yeah, that's the thing, is you're going to get in trouble. Things that you'd say you'd get in trouble for saying.
Yeah.
Your Ifrit Eggy really burns.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I'm glad you brought the pet in here.
Oh my god, that's good.
In certain instances, you can get away with this. Heal.
Oh. Yeah, I was about to say come.
It's not that easy, okay?
Unusual fishing catches. Next scene.
Oh, unusual fishing catches.
Hey, is this a Dark Knight?
Autistic wyvern.
All right, I finally got a Phoebus.
Magikarp, that's a different game.
All right, 9,000 more for Lushangs.
Jesus.
Next scene, unusual side effects of Fantasia.
My boobs are exploding with money.
Are these balloons?
My tail's on the wrong side.
Femros do have penises.
My tail's on the wrong side.
Huge bulging Mithrafutica.
I didn't know Roganins have tails again.
So
I forgot about the bulging Mithrafutica.
How dare you?
I had completely forgotten about that. Oh my god.
Next scene, aftermath of a normal Sophia wipe.
Aftermath of a normal Sophia. Oh my god, would you look at a Nero's deeps?
Well, now I can just watch her boobs.
That's true.
Hand me the tissue. Oh, after the wipe. Sorry, after the wipe. After the wipe is my bad.
Good one.
That's not bad.
Dragoon abilities used out of context.
I quit.
That holds up. That holds up for Dragoons.
You don't want to tell us about that pentathrust?
Pentathrust, impulse drive.
You ever thought about disengaging?
I forgot about disengage. Spine shatter dive.
Can you explain that one to us?
Well, that's when someone is on the bed with their vagina gaped for you, and you're just trying to launch and get in there in one go.
What are you?
When two female cat girls use blood for blood.
One cup.
Oh, Is that because they're on their period?
Yeah, they exchange blood for blood. Oh, thanks.
The worst 69 you've ever had.
Which, by the way, sometimes if you're really unlucky, also is a good segue into bloodbath.
All right, things you would never say to people in your free company.
Nice to see you.
This is a good one for most shows, but that's harder for us.
Things you shouldn't say to people in your free company.
Oh, things you shouldn't say. Oh.
Hi, my name's Nika.
Balls smell so weird.
Sorry for coming in your hair last night. That one's true. That one actually happened.
Wait, to someone in our link show?
To me. FF11 era.
Oh.
Who cummed in your hair?
Why?
I came in someone's hair, ass.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that when you do that, it's not cool. You apologize. Just maybe not in link shell. No, it was. I mean, it was supposed to be in Tell, but oops. Let me tell you, you don't get to take that one back.
Supposed to be.
There's not much I wouldn't say to people in our link shell.
Kinda, yeah. Does this look infected?
Does this just look like a diamond patch to you?
I'm gonna need you to up your Patreon.
Okay. Oh, that's a good. There's a good one. And again, we've never said that. Thank God.
What Nate does behind the backs of the crew.
Yeah, Nate. What do you do behind the backs of the crew, buddy?
Talk mad shit.
I know
that's what you guys do.
I know for a fact he masturbates with Italian dressing.
Yeah,
we learned that before the show today.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Only sometimes.
Only sometimes?
Only sometimes.
I'm still saying ranch dressing.
If I'm feeling spicy.
I bet after a good shit, he sits down in our chairs and just kind of rubs himself around.
Not wiping, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, he's has rectum ever fallen out?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, so he doesn't experiment with prolapse. That's good.
Well, not my own prolapse.
I have a question for you. Actually.
I put my dick in some weird places, man.
So you masturbate to your own voice. Do you specifically have tracks of just you, or do you masturbate to the show? And is it like a challenge to stay hard when other people talk?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How did this become an interview about me?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. All right, give us one more. Let's do one more and wrap it up here.
Let's see. Things LBR would be willing to do to have fun again playing Final Fantasy XIV.
Can we wrap the show up now?
Things we'd be willing to do.
Listen, it's not funny if you make it real. You fucking assholes do not understand the point of the game.
Things we'd be willing to do to have fun with the game.
Stop paying for it. Boom.
Literally anything.
Just anything different.
Really? Would you do a shot at a Juxta's belly button to have fun on the game again? I wouldn't.
I got one right here. You did that for like $60.
That was different. I was doing it for me so I had to shave my head. And so that you had to go through pain.
I would have rather shaved my head. I would have much rather shaved my head.
Oh, I would have done the shot.
I would have shaved my head.
I'd do the shot. Heartbeat.
All right. Put up. Let's go get a shot. You can do the shot and you can shave your head right now.
We'll have to get something out of it.
There's nothing on the line.
Do I get $60?
No.
All right. I'll say if you give me $60, I'll do a shot off your belly.
That's all you take?
I'll do it for $60.
Man, you're cheap. Well, keep in mind,
you're not the first guy to tell me that.
Keep in mind that the money doesn't go to you; it goes to the LBR.
No. I said I would do it for $60.
Yeah,
me.
You didn't say no. You said you would do it for $60. That goes to the thing. That's the context that guy did over there.
Oh well, he's an idiot. If $60 in my pocket, I will do a shot off his belly on camera.
Would you do like you know how they have body shots where it like goes through a section of the body? If
what?
Right? Like yeah.
Like it gets all the way through this fat wrinkle?
Yeah. But how about if you were pouring it through one of the thigh folds? Yeah, would you still do it?
We're gonna have to
technically still a body shot.
Listen, it's alcohol, so it's killing any infections.
That's right.
You can't
Not
get
usually
sick.
my concern.
Oh, okay.
But no, I for more than $60, we could talk about the number.
Ugh. Braver man than I. Gross.
Oh, and I need money for this too.
No, you don't get any money. You get my divine tongue over your stomach.
Ugh. Who told you your tongue is... Has someone actually told you your tongue is divine?
Actually, yes.
Wow.
That is a compliment I've gotten.
I've been told I have magic fingers.
Shut up.
Lloyd saying do it out of the taint.
That's just all right.
Okay.
Come on.
All right,
Bro.
one thing at a time here. First of all, I think when you heard magic, what they were saying is sausage, okay? And secondly, Lloyd, shoot yourself.
That's not even the same number of syllables.
I don't care. You hear what you want to hear.
That is the worst suggestion I've ever heard. Do a shot out of someone's grundle. That's the word. Why would you do that?
What if she was hot?
All right. I mean,
what?
If it's a really pretty girl and she's taking care of herself shaving wise, like, what do you think?
That's what? Taking a shot out of a vagina? Is that what we're talking about? Because there's no.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Would you do it out of a vagina?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd do it too.
Yeah.
Not Juxta's
I don't think you'd even need to pay me that much.
Yeah, I'd probably do that for free as long as it's good liquor.
Yeah.
That would hurt. God, that would burn like shit, wouldn't
Top
it?
shelf.
Well, I mean, you could set.
Jeez. One last time. Boobs.
Thank you, Meter.
Boobs.
This all started because of a cucumber. I want
You
you
could
guys to
set
know
a
that.
shot glass in there, couldn't you?
If it broke, though.
Well, okay, you wouldn't just take a shot glass. I'm sure that with the
reinforced shot glass?
With the amount
doesn't count
with
as
the amount of freaks out there, there's probably some type of apparatus that safely inserts a shot container up there.
Yeah, but that's not a shot out of someone then. That's like you're taking a drink out of someone. Like, you have to use the body as the container for said shot.
So you're suggesting they have to like lean back, put their vagina in the air, get some alcohol poured down there, and then they just like lean up?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, that doesn't sound.
Well, you have to like suck it out.
Lysa says peachy.
Yeah. God,
Vagina
Twitch
joke.
is really not gonna.
They're gonna not like this episode. No, they're gonna be upset about this episode.
Maybe they made that rule change because of us.
Because of us,
Guys, I don't know what I'm gonna name today's episode. Like, honestly,
Throbbing Myth or Fudokan.
I got it.
Wasn't that already?
I think that was last time's actually.
Just do a bunch of emojis. Just a bunch of eggplant emoji.
you know what? No, it's gonna be fuck this, but it's gonna be in Webdings.
Damn it! No, I have to make. Oh wait, no, someone else will make. You have to make the banner for that. Never mind. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't think that the site can do Webdings.
Well, it'll be on the banner.
Yeah, but I've got to.
There's a title on the banner. You dumb dick.
And in the RSS feed and everything else. So
damn it!
Yeah, don't do it.
We'll figure it out.
This is
I'll
weird.
figure it
This
out.
has been a weird way to end a show.
It's been the weird way to begin a
I was
show.
gonna say, do you not remember where this began? It's your fault. The cucumber. That's where this all started, and you brought up the cucumber, sir.
I mean, I did bring up the cucumber, but you guys ran that one into the ground.
Hey,
I don't know
remember-
where you took that?
I mean,
remember
we
the
kinda
weirdest
ran
part
into the butt, not the ground.
The weirdest part of today was at one time putting a Joy-Con controller inside of a cucumber. That was at one point the weirdest part of today.
That was said.
That's so tame.
All right, guys.
I think we're done.
We're done. So new game plan. So normally what would happen after Limit Break Radio wraps up is that we would keep the channel live and actually replay that week's episode of Checkpoint Radio. Instead, what we found is that actually, sending you guys to the Checkpoint Radio channel and playing a vodcast has been a lot more effective for getting you guys to like the channel. And we need more likes on the channel if we want to be able to open up for subscribers and things like that. So what we're going to do is we've got a vodcast of Checkpoint Radio as we do it on Wednesday. And so you guys are going to be sent over to the Checkpoint Radio Twitch stream to view the vodcast of this week's show, as opposed to getting the fully edited episode that can be downloaded. Well, it can be streamed from our website over at checkpointradio.com. Those episodes go up on Tuesday, as well as mixcloud.com/checkpointradio. So a little bit different today, but we would encourage that you stick around and hear all of the discussions over at Checkpoint Radio. And even if you do have to tune out, even if maybe you've been here since Final Encountercast started, we do understand. But if you haven't hit follow on the channel just yet, go ahead, hit that follow button, and help us grow Checkpoint Radio, and especially on the streaming front, because we that would help us a whole lot. So that's what we're going to be doing at the end of shows. Hopefully that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. So yeah, just make sure you hit that follow button when you land there. All right, that's going to be it for Limit Break Radio for this week. I want to thank you guys for calling in. Satori, as well as, well, we didn't get him actually on the show, but we had someone named Audra that was hanging on the line for a second, but they DC'd. So.
Yeah.
Poor Audra.
I miss you, Audra.
Anyway, so thank you guys for listening to Limit Break Radio this week. We will be back next Sunday at 4 p.m. here on twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. That's it for my crew. Juxtaposition, Kala Landis, Escalia Rayamasa. I'm Aniro. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Kala Landis, Juxtaposition, Escalia Rayumasa, and Kuki Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Nexian Theta, Hirsch Fersch, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to episode 147 of Limit Break Radio. Like I said, we're going to be sending out a host out to the Checkpoint